Hi there. My name is Kendra Wright, and I'm your program manager for our student organizations here at Chico State. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. I think that it's really valuable for us to have the conversation about the advisor's role in student organizations. I think we all know now more than ever, our students need us. They need a sense of engagement, a sense of belonging, activities, things to do, things to look forward to. And so I'm just really grateful. Thank you so much for playing the role of an advisor with our student organizations. So I invite you to sit back, relax. We've got some great content for you. It won't take long. And I'm just going to cover the bare bones of what we need in our office from you as an advisor, and just a few FAQs that we get coming into SOL, which is Student Organizations and Leadership Education at Chico State. So let's get right to it. What's being an advisor all about? Well, the answer is it depends. There are so many different ways that advisors can be a part of our student organization. So let's just talk about a few. All of our orgs on campus are student run and student led. That's wonderful. But we also know that they might need a hand here and there. So let's talk about how you can support them in this journey. Your role is to act as a resource for new and different perspectives, ideas, scenarios. I think that they really enjoy your background. What have you done? And what can you contribute to their world to guide them in the right direction? All of our organizations vary between hobbies and academic related, social justice, areas of interest. So shine, share who you are, what you bring to the table, and enlighten them on the story that you bring to them. Additionally, help them apply what they're doing inside the classroom, outside of the classroom, and in this organization to their leadership roles, their involvement roles. Of course, you'll have the go-getters, and then of course, you're going to have some that might not be so involved. So try and kind of gauge how to get them to collectively work together and learn these life lessons that we know that they love. I also am hopeful that you'll connect them to campus resources. I think it's very true to say that the students just simply don't know what they don't know. That's okay, we get it. But you know everything that's out there, you know the resources, the online, the in-person, the phone lines, the emails, anything that they need, we're here to help. And if you don't know, go ahead and send them my way. I'll have my email address at the end of this presentation and just say, hey, great question. Why don't you go ahead and ask Kendra where we're at right now? Things are changing literally on an hourly and daily basis. So please send them my way. I'm happy to help. And I'm also hopeful that you'll provide kind of a sense of continuity. One thing I've learned from being on campus for over 10 years is the students are always changing, but somehow we're not. We stay here. So I'm hoping that you will be able to provide some structure, some guidance, especially in these leadership transitions. We're going to talk about in a second. I feel like it's really helpful to guide them through this process to be able to pass the baton from one leadership team to the other. It keeps the whole organization engaged and continues the momentum that they're building on a daily basis. So that's enough from me for now. I mentioned that these are student run and student led. So now I'd like to introduce to you one of our paraprofessionals in the SOL office, Sierra Kalushchin.
Hi, my name is Sierra Kalushchin, and I work for the Student Life and Leadership Office on campus. So next we're going to be discussing the officer team. So it's important for you to get to know your officer team because they will be your main point of contact with the club throughout the semester. So at the beginning of each of the officers' term, whether that be once a year or once every semester, however your club decides to do it, you'll want to sit down and talk to the officers, whether it be individual one-on-ones or as a group as a whole, and lay out what their roles will be, how they perceive their roles, and what they want to accomplish within their time holding these positions. Another important thing for you to do is aid in officer transition. So this is just making sure that the new incoming officers know that they what exactly they will be doing and thanking the old officers, and making sure that the old officers and the new officers are still able to stay in contact. That way any of the new officers will be able to ask someone who has already held that position in the past advice and just get general help. So next I will be talking about your involvement with club meetings and special events. For club meetings, you can choose to be however active or inactive you want. It's just important for you to communicate with the club how much time you're willing to put in. So if you want to attend every club meeting, that's great. And if you can only have time to get an update on what happened that meeting, that's also fine. You'll just want to make sure the club is aware of that when they ask you to be their advisor, or if anything changes within your time as an advisor. Like I stated before, it's just important that you know what's being discussed within these meetings and making sure that the club is doing what their mission statement is. As far as special events go, you'll want to know all of those events that are happening, and that way if they need any help, you can help them or point them in the direction of our office. That way we can help them. And while it's not required, our office really encourages you to go to your club's events. That way you just show your support and make sure the club knows that you are there for them. So lastly, I will be talking about other important roles that advisors have. The big two being knowing your club's constitution and how banking on campus works. So if you have not already read your club's constitution, it is located on your club's Wildcat Sync page under the documents form. When reading through the constitution, you will want to focus on a few important aspects, such as what the mission of the club is, what qualifies you to be on the officer team, and how voting in your club works. These are three crucial elements that you want to make sure that your club knows how to do and is doing properly. Another important thing is banking on campus. At the beginning of every semester, the advisor will have to sign a on-campus banking agreement form, and this just makes sure that you know that these students, one, have access to a bank account, and two, are using it appropriately. And our campus is special in the fact that we have a staff member solely dedicated to helping clubs have on-campus bank accounts. I'd also like to provide the caveat that if your club is a nonprofit, they do not need to bank on our campus, but any other organization will need to utilize our on-campus banking. Some important things to know about on-campus banking is that we do not allow online fundraising apps such as GoFundMe and Venmo, so you will want to make sure that your club is listening to these rules. And if you have any questions, if you Google student organizations financial office, it'll pop up. And the contact information for our staff member, her name is Mary Lisa Wood, and her email is mwood, MWOOD, 18 at csuchico.edu.
So there you have it. The world according to us in student organizations at Chico State. I hope you enjoyed what we chatted about. So we're going to leave today, and I'm just going to ask you for help with two things. Every fall semester, by our campus regulations, we will be asking all advisors to sign our Jean Cleary form. This form can be found on our Wildcat Sync and will be included in our recognition process every fall semester. If you have any questions about that, just ask the president, as they will receive continuous reminders about this. But you can always find this form located in the forms section of Wildcat Sync. Additionally, we do require that we follow Executive Order 1068 and ask all of our presidents, treasurers, and advisors to be recognized and complete this training like today every semester. We tend to send all of our communication through Wildcat Sync and through emails. So please ensure that your roster in your page on Wildcat Sync is accurate with the right advisor, president, and treasurer. That way you don't miss out on a thing, and we'll always keep you updated. Speaking of always keeping you updated, I encourage you and many members of your organization to follow us on Instagram. We have found a great following and always provide up-to-date information on our Instagram page. So thanks again. It was a pleasure being with you today. And of course, if you have any questions, please shoot me an email and I'd be happy to help. Thank you.